Social networking sites have been a phenomenon that have emerged within the past couple of years, bringing with it the question of what is public and what is private. We often use these sites to connect with friends and share things about ourselves such as our interests, our beliefs, and what we do in our everyday lives. These sites as such have become an extension of ourselves, a form of expressing who we are in a space that we reserve for our friends. In the past, our experiences were largely unmediated, except for people of significance. Nowadays, we live in a reality that is a mediated public. Instead of having structurally defined boundaries in audiences that are a part of unmediated publics, mediated publics, which also work through networked publics, have the features of persistence, which allow us to view content infinitely, searchability, replicability, and an invisible audience who consists of everyone who has access to the internet. Having these online spheres being an extension of who we are allows them to stretch into our offline lives as friends, family, and employers view our profiles online. We are under the threat of constant surveillance of who we are and what we are doing at all times. This begs the question of what is socially acceptable online, and should this affect our offline lives? Is the person we present online to be the same person we are offline? Even offline, we have multiple selves that we present to the audiences we come in contact with. With our family, we tend to act more formal and polite, addressing our parents with respect and authority. At our jobs, we act in a professional manner as we represent the company we are a part of. And with our friends, we act less inhibited by the constraints that are present with employers or our family. So how are we to present ourselves in the online world, which we save as a space to interact with our friends, but can also be viewed equally by employers and family? We try and create structural boundaries within these networks in order to prevent these clashing of social networks. But should we really be judged professionally by the tweets or messages that are meant for our friends?
What sort of due process is this?
Your guilt has been determined. This is merely a sentencing hearing. Now what will it be? Death or exile?
Frank, if you think we're going out onto that ice willingly, you have another thing coming.
Death, then.
Looks that way.
Very well. Death! By exile.
Our online profiles, while being representations of ourselves, function with the same purpose as the spaces of old where friends used to meet up to hang out. These spaces were free from the scrutiny of family and employers, but now this has all come into question as these spaces can easily be accessed with the click of a button. Our social networks act as a gateway into our private lives, and while we have the option to control what content we share, this content does not represent how we would act in a professional environment. Our employers and family should be sympathetic to our online profiles that are meant for friends, as they have too most likely participated in the same activities that we care to share with our friends. We may make a post on an online network, but that post should not define who we are as a person, as it only represents a fraction of our lives.